Just in case we want to do something. Just in
that
case.
was good.
Yeah?
I felt like I was at Coachella, like week 2. Oh. Do you have an extra wristband so I can get in? No? Didn't think so. One day. One day I'll go to Coachella. You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm good.
I can't get tickets to Coachella.
I'm good.
Where can I get tickets to Coachella?
I'm good.
No, but I want to go.
Here's the thing. If you want to go get tickets to Coachella, if you want to get tickets to go to Coachella, just save your money, save your time, and go to a random porta potty. That's what you get when you go to Coachella. Just a bunch of strangers piss and shit. That's what you get when you go to Coachella. You ain't missing it.
But I want to experience the porta potty.
Go to a Best Buy parking lot, save you some time.
But I want to feel cool.
Then that's on you.
And that's on you. And that's on you.
Put on a cowboy hat and stare in the mirror. It's the same damn thing. Just a bunch of those things looking back at you. Festival wear ain't got time for it.
I want to feel like I lived through the Dust Bowl.
Don't we all?
But in a concert setting.
Oh, well, since you put it that way. Nobody's got time for Coachella. Nobody's got time for Coachella. I should have just said Chella, but I want to say the whole name Coachella. That was brilliant.
I can't wait to go with you to Coachella this weekend.
What? Me too. I can't wait.
After all that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. I forgot. Like, I'd honestly heard that, like, it was this weekend, and I was like, oh, it begins. I couldn't even imagine. I don't want to.
I was doing a spot at the store last night, and you could tell that the audience was on their way.
Ooh, gross.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, this was like the first pit stop on the way. They're like, oh, we're going to make a weekend of it.
Like carpetbaggers. They're like snake oil salesmen. They're like, we got to stop in L.A. before we hit the trail.
First, we got to hit the Sunset Strip and go to the Comedy Store before we head on to Coachella.
Did anyone mention it?
No. There was just some people, like, I didn't want to call too much attention to it. Like, there was just a couple of people sprinkled in, like, the mid and the back where you're like, the way they're dressed.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, you're gonna go to Coachella this weekend. And like, there were some people who came up to me after a great set. They were like,
the Australians?
Yeah.
The random Australians that are just always on holiday.
This guy had so many rings that shook my hand, I thought he cut my finger. I was like, this is a little bit too much. When you've got like 9 rings, that's
too much. You're not Johnny Depp.
Exactly, the Johnny Depp syndrome.
God, that's so wild. It makes me laugh too, because it's like you have the people who are anticipating, you know, week 1 of Coachella, and then you have the, you know, the whatever week 2 crowd, and it's just like this Sharks versus Jets. Which week are you going to?
Oh yeah.
And then you just have like in between, you'll have just the bitter angst people who are like Coachella, and they're like, no, we're not going.
Yeah.
We weren't invited.
Very anti.
Like I couldn't even, like, I don't even. There's nothing. I don't even know who's on the lineup. Frank Ocean, Blackpink, I think, and I guess Cool.
Yeah. Nothing that I would drive and go through all that.
I did find out last night that Bjork is going to be there. Now, I'm not a big Bjork fan, but would I see Bjork live? Yes.
I mean, I feel like you can do a good Bjork.
It's really just Greta Thunberg grown up.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just it's like that Viking Nordic, like, oh yeah. It's very like high pitched, and when trees cry, their skin bleeds. You know, it's like that. That's all it is.
She's the evolved Pokemon of Greta Thunberg.
She is, yes. She is the
She's the Charizard.
Yes, the Charizard of wait, what is it? Of Charmander.
Yeah.
I know my Pokemon.
Oh no, yeah, I see.
Bitch, I know my Pokemon.
I know my Pokemon.
Wait,
bitch, I know my Pokemon. Bitch, I know my Pokemon. Bitch, I know my Pokemon. Bitch, I know my Pokemon.
I mean, if that's not a song that goes viral soon,
right?
I mean, I don't know.
We need to make it.
But it's crazy though, because I was talking to a friend last night and he was like, "Oh yeah, Bjork's doing Coachella," and I was like, "Bjork?" But then I was like, "Yeah, I would totally go see that." And they said, "Yeah, because of TikTok, Bjork had like a resurgence."
Isn't that crazy what's going on like with TikTok, how things can be so dead and then all of a sudden these one-hit wonder songs are literally making these people rich all over again.
Oh yeah.
Like completely, it's insane.
Well, like one of my favorites that like you get those, you know, you listen to music and then you forget about those songs and then like they pop up on like social media or something. One of my favorites is "Do It To It" by Cherish. It's like lean with it, rock with it, snap with it. All my ladies go your back. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, that one was on TikTok, and now I'm like listening to it like all the time just because it's. So fun.
It's a good one. It's solid.
Yeah, those TikTokers, they'll tell you to go see Bjork, and Bjork will be like, "I will emerge from my icy tomb."
Yeah,
and yeah.
She would be I think she's just so out there and eclectic and strange that she would be fun to go see live.
There's only one Bjork. Yeah. As there should be.
Doesn't Bjork sound like the guttural sound of what people are doing when they've had too much fun at Coachella?
Yes, it sounds like a fermented like Viking verp. Like it's just like
it's a Viking queef.
It's well, I was just saying like a vomit burp, a verp, you know, but a queef, sure. It's just, you know, you've been drinking mead all day in the sun, and you're just like, yeah, with the two little dots over the O.
Yep.
Are you okay? Yeah, just
I just
okay.
Oh, did you see that hot girl? I just Bjorked my pants.
Not Bjorked my pants. Oops, I Bjorked my pants.
Oops, I
Bjorked my pants. Go home, change my panties again. Oh, man.
Justin Martindale, welcome to the podcast.
We've just started.
Yeah. That's the cold open for the podcast.
Yeah, cold open. Thanks.
Justin just put out a special. He's got an amazing podcast that I did, Just Saying.
Yes.
And I'm excited to have you on the show, dude.
I'm so excited. And ours, the one you did with me on mine, it was like people loved it. So I'm very excited
fun
to be here. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, Jeremiah's the best." I'm like, yes, he's way fun. So thank you for having me on yours.
Yes. And where can people find your special right now?
Oh, right now it's on Out TV.
Perfect.
So that is a streaming service. Literally,
awesome.
You can just sign up for it,
Heck
watch it, cancel it. That's what you do.
Do the free subscription and then cancel it.
Do the free
watch
subscription.
Justin's special.
Yes. It's called Gay Bash.
It's called Gay Bash, which is you invited me to like your birthday get together, and it said Gay Bash on it, and it made me laugh so hard.
Good.
I was just like, to see the flyer of your party that says Gay Bash.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and you're like, wait, what is this?
Like, you're sending it to me, like, interesting.
Yeah, it was just a party. Yeah,
that's
all I wanted it to be. Just all my stuff over the years, just put into a special, and there it goes.
Yes, which you guys should definitely check out the special. Justin is one of those guys who, when you watch, when I watch from the back of the room, I'm always so captivated the second he touches the stage. Correct. It's one of those things where when I watch you, you're so fun to watch. And I think that's why we get along and enjoy riffing together, is because you're the way that you perform. You're a performer, a true performer, and you have great jokes to blend in with it. So it's really fun to watch.
Thank you. Yeah. I think that's a very like rare thing these days.
Yeah,
where people can get up and be like, "Oh wow, oh, it's a thing, it's a show."
Yeah.
I love it. I love that I'm like I can do that. I've always been that way.
Yeah, that's the kind of comedy I've always been drawn to.
Me too.
It's some like when it's just a comic just standing there, I'm like, it just feels like there's so much space that you're not utilizing.
Yeah. Did you watch SNL with Molly Shannon on it?
I saw that sketch.
It's one of my favorite things where it's like, don't get me started. I love
Don't. Yeah.
like that's where I'm in the back like clawing my own face because
Right.
I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree. I think we are storytellers and we are performers.
Yes. Yes. Do you like using the music accompaniment at the store from time to time?
The what?
The music, the
Oh. Do I like join in and chime?
Do you ever ask for piano, or does it naturally come every once in a while?
Not necessarily either. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Jeffrey Waldinger does it, and every now and then he'll play. Like if I mention like a song or a song title or something, he'll just like start playing it, and it'll be fun. Then there was like a couple times where it was like, okay. Like, cut it out.
All right.
I mean, I'm not like, I appreciate it. Like, I feel like I want to say, who started that? There was like a whole. I mean, I feel like Adam Ray does it.
Yeah. Jade will do it from time to time.
Well, yeah. Who else does it? Brent Morin.
Yes.
That's it.
I'll do it from time to time.
You do it from time.
Yeah.
I feel
I'll
like
do
you do it from time to time.
What I do, like, if it's Kaylee, I've done it with her like enough where she knows. I've told her straight up, I'm like, if it's a Monday, I will never want you to play because I'm here to work on jokes. But if it's like, if I'm like, you see me being loose, go for it.
Yeah.
I'll play off of it. If I'm like riffing with the crowd or whatever, and you do like a little like something, like I might be, and if I ignore it, then I ignore it. I just keep going.
That is a cool like workshop tool where it's like that means the piano player's listening to whatever's happening, and then like they're doing that to see if you caught it.
Yeah.
That's a good way to sharpen yourself. Maybe I should just. That's what sucks too, because that's only allowed in the OR.
Well, that's the thing.
No, you're like, things are changing.
Things are changing. There's a piano in every room of the comedy store
Thanks,
now.
improv. We're going to take the grand piano out of the improv and put it on.
No, it's one of those things where it's a skill set that like you can't use too often because it's when we go on the road, is there somebody in the corner just like,
I'm home. Just someone just playing the piano. I know. Which always throws me off, because I'd rather have someone just playing random piano music than like the whoever's running the sound at the clubs will be like, okay, what song do you want to come out to?
Yeah.
And that just throws me off, because I'm just like, I don't know.
You're like,
I have so many to choose from.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about this a second ago.
And then I'm like, Big Dick Energy? And they're like, okay. And I'm like, should I have said that?
I've come out to that song so many times.
Big Dick Energy?
Big Energy?
Big Dick Energy. It's big. It's big for radio.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Are you a radio? Radio energy? I'm explicit.
I'm explicit. I mean, I guess I every time they've played it, they've played the radio version.
Yeah. Got that big energy.
But
it's a fun one, man.
But you played the explicit version.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that there was the version of the explicit. To be honest, I did not know that. I knew that that's what it was, but I didn't know that there is a version where it's just big dick energy.
Yeah. It's Lado and...
Oh, no. I know.
Okay. And it's always fun coming out there, because usually it's, drunk, women.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yes! And their husbands are like, oh, I better get laid tonight. Oh. So it's always fun.
When you go out, and you hit the stage, do you find that a certain type of crowd initially gets you right away, or do you find that you have to work a little bit in different scenarios and be like, these guys over here, like, I'm gonna have to convince that you're gonna like me?
For sure.
Because I always get like certain like, I don't know, bro guys.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right away are like, I don't know if I like this guy.
Yeah.
Like right away.
Oh, for sure.
I think just the way just the way I look, like like my hair is very like well kempt and I'm coming out and being silly.
Yeah.
And then also like kind of like cooler black guys are really like, I don't know if I like this guy. And then like I'll convince them and I'll be like, come on, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, I definitely feel like my demo is, it's weird. Now, like through the years doing this, I feel like now that people have seen me a little more on podcasts or stuff that I've done on TV or whatever, it's mainly like the women. Like the women are like, "Oh my God, you remind me of my dead friend in high school." I'm like, "Oh God, yeah." It's like, Jesus. But like they'll be they'll come see me. Yeah, he died of AIDS, but you remind me of him. I'm like, "Oh,
he
great.
was so sweet.
He was so sweet and funny, and you remind me of him." But like, so they'll come to the shows and they'll bring their boyfriends with them. And then sometimes the boyfriends are like these like, dude, fucking bro, crushing, killing elk with our thighs kind of guys.
Yeah.
And, they'll warm up to me. And usually it's weird because it's like, I'll get the women and the women are having a good time. And then the guys are like, okay, if my girl is happy, then I'm happy.
Right.
But then also it's the same thing where it's like these guys come out and they're just like, I haven't seen this guy on TikTok.
Isn't that weird?
And you're like,
I think that's sometimes an LA thing for sure. When I think that's what makes the Comedy Store difficult sometimes is if they're there for one specific famous person, they're kind of questioning the rest of the lineup. Like, haven't heard of this person.
oh my God.
This better be good.
Can
like
I
that
tell
kind
you,
of thing.
that is the story of my intros.
Really? You've had a lot of bad intros?
And granted, I know I'm not like, you know, selling out Madison Square Garden or like on The Mandalorian yet. But like, you know what I mean? It's like we're all kind of like doing our own journeys and stuff, but it's like, it's not hard. And this has happened so many times with comedians, especially at the store, where I have been talking to them in the back. It has been like, it has been like, am I bringing you up? Yes. Eye contact.
Right.
You're bringing me up. And then they will go on and then it'll be like, who's next? Justin. Who?
I hate that.
It drives me insane. Or I'm talking to somebody and they'll be like, this guy's really funny. Keep it going for Justin Martindale. And I'm like, really? Because when I don't know someone, you Google them.
Just
you
real quick.
Do a little Google.
Real quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
you've done okay, cool. Got it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
And it drives me insane. And it's got
because we work so hard to get those things that you're like, "Oh, but just say one thing.
It's just such a bitch move because what it is it's a power trip. Because it's like either that person had a really great set or a really shitty set, but also they want to belittle the next person. So it makes that person have to A, work harder, and B, be like, no, you want to see me.
Right.
I think it's so gross.
Right.
And it's such like, just, it's like, this
I've had a couple, it's only a couple comics really that do it. But I had one comic who they used to give me really, really bad intros. The whole what? Huh? Never heard of them. Like all that stuff. I'm like,
who is it?
Oh, I'll tell you later.
Okay. But I'm like, tell me.
But they saw me have a killer set. The next time they introed me, such a nice intro. They hadn't seen me go up. They legitimately had not seen me go up. Yeah. But they saw me have a good set, and then they're like, oh, they said who? Oh, this next guy's great. Blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah.
It's just, if you just try, it goes a long way.
Take a wish, make a change, and break away.
Her new album came out, and I can't wait.
Did it?
Yes. It's her like divorce album. We're gonna get like emotional, sad.
Let's do it,
bitch.
Let's do it,
bitchy Kelly Clarkson, and I can't wait.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's exactly that. Like, or it's like, yeah, this guy's funny. Keep it going.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, really?
Yeah, you're like, well, yeah. Anybody who's a regular here should be funny. Should be funny.
We've
on the
earned
lineup.
our spots.
Right. Yeah. You recently did my show Stand Up on the Spot, and dude, you crushed it. It was so fun.
It was really fun. I love that.
It
I
was
love
so fun. It like
I was surprised I haven't done it in like so long.
It's been a minute.
I
It's
know.
been long overdue. For
I know.
sure.
I love it. I want to
sure.
continue to do it because it's so fun. So.
Yeah. We've been filming them just like in this last year, like consistently, and I was glad that I got you on. That should be out within the next couple months. But yeah, you crush your set, and then it's always just so fun to riff with you.
It really is. It's just so fun, and like the shit people come up with, you're just like, God.
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
I guess we're talking about this now. Okay, great.
I don't even remember what was said, but like I just remember there was a couple things where I was like, how did your day go? Like,
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah. I've been seeing some of the clips you've been posting of some stuff you've been doing with E lately, and that stuff is good.
The which one?
The stuff that you've been doing with E.
What have I been doing with E?
You did something with E recently that you posted.
No, I didn't.
Do I need to pull up your Instagram?
Pull it up. What did I do
goodness.
with E? Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Come on.
My podcast? Are you talking about the football show?
Yeah.
That was Amazon.
Why did it look like E?
Because they don't
Dude,
know
I
what
swear.
they don't know what to do with me.
Dude, I swear I thought that was E, the way that it was cut and everything.
The way it looks, yes, it's very
my
much.
apologies.
No,
Well, anyway, on Amazon.
Amazon Prime, yeah, the
still
Pylon.
amazing.
That's Sarah Tiana's show.
Okay.
Sarah Tiana and oh God, what's Taryn
Killam. Yeah. I saw you posting about that.
That was fun. That was good.
Yeah, I liked you're very good at making, and I hope you take this the right way, catty or snooty remarks. Like your character, like the character that you kind of do on screen is very funny. Like you're trying to take down football in general. like it's a huge topic that like people are such huge fans of. And you're like, I've got some opinions.
Well, I mean, if you want to take down other shit like drag queens and beer, why not football?
No, exactly.
I'm like, I think everything should be taken down a notch. Everything's so serious these days. It's so obnoxious.
Well, that's what I liked about your podcast is just like the random topics that we pulled up, and then we're like, we're going to talk about this, and we're going to tear it down. That's what we're going to do. Let's burn this to the ground.
I think, and I mean, that's why I think it's called Just Saying, because I love opinions.
Yeah.
And I love like having opinions and being able to disagree and agree to disagree. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be like, this is the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So stupid.
This is the way. The Mandalorian. Yeah.
This is the way. Yeah.
Have you been watching Mandalorian?
Not this season, but I
watch
watched the other, what are they? 2 seasons? 3 seasons?
I think so. I watched like the first 2 seasons. I didn't watch the third season.
I haven't seen the recent one. I saw like Lizzo was in it with Jack Black, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Really?
Yeah, they're like married or something, which I was like, I could see this. Haven't seen. It's very strange.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, it's real. Lizzo and Jack Black are like a total couple in like Mandalorian
Justin,
world.
that sounds so fake when you're saying it. Oh yeah, you haven't seen Lizzo and Mandalorian? Come on. It's great. Yeah. No. Jack Black's her husband. Yeah.
I mean,
it sounds so made up.
Then she just busts out into like,
yeah,
it's bad 6 o'clock.
Why Jedi's great when they want to be great.
Oh man. No, I've been watching. What did I watch? I'm watching You, the last recent season of You. Beef is great with Ali Wong.
Did you hear about the new Will Smith, the sequel that's going to come out from the what's the zombie movie that he did?
I Am Legend?
I Am Legend 2. Did you hear about that?
Is that real?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you how the first one ended.
Do you know what's weird about it is the theatrical release ending, they're not going with that timeline. They're going with on the DVD, there's a bonus feature that was the alternate ending. They're choosing the alternate ending so they can make the sequel.
Is it after he slaps Chris Rock?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's the alternate.
And then there's just like people just like the
yeah. Keep my wife's blood out of your motherfucking mouth.
That's my wife's blood.
That's so stupid. I don't even know. Like, sure.
Yeah.
I did see Super Mario Brothers though.
I think I'm gonna see it on Sunday. Did you like it?
Take your kid.
Yeah, no,
That's so much fun.
he just turned 2.
Yeah.
And
go to an early screening.
Yeah, my wife said that she thinks that this is a good first movie for him because if we miss anything, it's Mario.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like we're not gonna get lost if we take him to the bathroom or something like that.
Yeah, no. It's
also he wears diapers, so he's going right in his pants.
Yeah, just like sit in the back, let him shit himself.
Right?
Do it.
Have a party.
Have a party in your pants. You know?
I went to the theater once and I remember this so vividly. Some punk kid threw a full cup of Coke, like from the top to the bottom, and then it got like it like went past me where it got part of like my face and my uncle, and then you couldn't tell who threw it because it's pitch black in there, and we were just like, what the. It was so random, but it was so shocking because you're watching a movie and then just out of nowhere, cold soda.
Is this Kansas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you know what? But that's
just saying.
Just Kansas. People's behavior in movie theaters is astounding. And weirdly enough, Super Mario Brothers was not that movie. I was waiting for people just to be on their like full screen.
No, they were invested, I'm
brightness.
sure, right?
Huh?
They were invested, I'm sure.
Very invested. And there were children in there. And I was sitting next to this family.
Yeah.
And this kid probably had to have been 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And was just like, and at first I was like, shit, like, God, like,
yeah, this is going to be rough. Yeah.
But then there was another kid in the back and he was kind of loud too. But my mushroom kicked in.
You took mushrooms and
it's
then
Super Mario Brothers. You got to take mushrooms. Yeah. But it wasn't, I was like, it was a microdose. So it was just like a little square.
Right.
And
it wasn't the big mushroom that.
No, I wasn't going to like be in the back of the theater like the chick at the end of the ring, you know, like I'm not going to be.
Her face, her jaw completely dislocated. Justin, wake up.
7 days.
Justin, did you like the movie?
It was so good. My jaw just dislocates.
Yeah.
No, it was like when it got towards like the middle of the film, they just started turning into like Goombas. I was just like, so it'd be like yep, 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 yep. And I'm like, ah. So it was so much fun. The graphics are sick.
Did you grow up playing the game?
I did, yeah, for sure.
Now, did you play
Peach.
on?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask
Peach
who
every
were
time.
you?
Yeah.
Princess Peach every
Peach,
time.
Super Mario Bros. 2 every single time.
Yep.
Was that your favorite one out of the? There was 3 main ones from like NES, and then there was Super Mario World on Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And
That one was huge.
Yeah.
I remember that one coming out.
And then there was Super Mario 64 that came out. That was like the 3D, like where you could roam around.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I was huge into all of them. And the movie is just so great because there's so many Easter eggs. There's so many like...
That's what I've heard. And your boy loves Easter eggs.
I do too. There's one scene, and it's not going to give anything away, but it's at the very beginning with Mario and Luigi, and they're in Brooklyn. And they do like this whole... They're like, it's a sequence, and you're just like, yeah. And I was like, yes.
Okay, cool.
The only and they just, and you know, there's a whole reference to like Mario Kart and like,
yeah, I heard that there's a lot of head nods and homages paid to
it's
a lot
great.
of the different games and stuff
It's
like that.
way fun. And I think I don't even know what the main guy looks like who voices Mario, the original Mario, but I think he's like in it.
Oh, I love when they do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think,
cool.
Because like there's like
he's a very old man now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
think they do like a little homage to him. And Sebastian is in it. It's so weird.
Dude, he pops up in random huge movies now.
He has a movie with Robert De Niro coming out.
Oh, where that's his dad.
Yeah. Who has the last name Maniscalco?
Which I'm like, dude, you have to just think of like Sebastian. Take him out of like being like in that movie with De Niro, like back to like being a comic. That has to be the dream person for him to play his dad. Mm-hmm. How could it not be?
Yeah.
De Niro is like Italian royalty.
AF,
And to have him be like, it's my dad.
Yeah.
Right there. De Niro's my dad.
Yeah, we're putting cologne on together. It's so wild. They do that in the preview. They spray it and they
Yeah.
walk in.
Yeah.
It's like, but he is definitely one of those. I have like three or four comics that just scare the shit out of me every time I see that.
He's an intimidating guy.
He scares the shit out of me.
Well, he is blinders in
Whew.
to do his set and blinders out to do his set at the store.
When there have been times when I bring him on, or I have to follow him, and I'm like, hey man, how's it going? Or like, have a good, what we do. We like, and he just looks at me like it's like slow motion where it'll just be like,
yeah,
and I feel it. It's just like a hot wind that hits me.
Good luck.
Yeah. I'm like, Sebastian, everyone. He comes out and he's like,
have you heard Bobby Lee's story about Sebastian's shoes?
His shoes? No.
From years ago.
But what is
You'll
it?
like this story. It's very brief. It's Bobby's story, but it's worth sharing.
Okay.
He saw Sebastian come back from a trip with some like leather Italian shoes, but they were kind of sandals that had like holes in the side of them, if you know what I mean.
Like vents?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Bobby just hated the shoes so much, and he's like, how much for me to buy those shoes off of you? And he's like, I just got them. And he's like, I'll give you $500 if you give me those shoes right now. And Sebastian's like, and this is years ago. He's like, okay. Gave it to Bobby. He grabbed them, gave him $500, and threw them in the dumpster in front of his face.
I'm surprised he didn't like take a shit in them first and then throw them into the trash.
Right.
Guy, what did he do? Did he have bare feet?
Yeah, he drove home. It was after his set.
Oh.
Yeah.
Drove home barefoot.
Yeah.
God. What
This was Sebastian before.
Oh,
like,
I know.
You know what I mean?
That's what I want to see. I want to see that happen now.
Oh, I mean.
But I think Sebastian would ask Bobby's like, I'll give you $500. And he's like, okay, sure. Bobby takes $500. And then Sebastian picks Bobby up and throws him in the garbage can. Hits the lid closes.
Yeah, classic cartoon movie moment. I feel like that happens like when bullies, like in every like Disney movie,
Never-ending
like with
Story.
Kids. Right.
Totally happens.
It's gotta fall completely. Yep, where you're completely consumed by the garbage.
Absolutely.
Did you ever get bullied back in the day?
No.
You're a big guy though.
Well, I wasn't like when I was a kid.
Well, you're a tall guy.
Yeah.
We're both tall.
Yeah.
So I feel like bullies usually stay away from people who look like they could maybe scrap, even if.
There's one thing I don't look like I can scrap. I just used my humor and like comebacks, I guess.
Yeah.
And I also was like a social, I didn't have like a specific clique.
Yeah.
I was just like, I was friends with the band kids, the cheerleaders, the football players, the jocks, all that stuff. So I didn't have one limit
group
pocket. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was just I lucked out.
Yeah.
I was never really bullied. I mean, I got called a fag and all that stuff, but I was just like, okay, big word.
Yeah. For
and
sure.
How do you know?
I didn't tell anybody.
And those people are now gay. So that's the funny part.
Isn't that strange?
One of my bullies from high school is gay.
That is so strange.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people like are projecting insecurities, like they're afraid, so they're like projecting, like they're calling you that, and you're like, and then you look back like later on in life, you're like, oh, this all adds up.
Yeah, a lot of them are politicians now too.
Whoa, that's just saying.
I mean,
just saying.
When you hate something so much, it's like it's usually a sign that you don't like something about yourself.
Right.
I mean, I'm amazed that people don't find that as obvious as it is. When there's somebody who's like, no, I actually mentioned it on my podcast. You know, John Rich from Big and Rich.
Yeah.
I mentioned the story that I had of him at the Comedy Store the one night that he won Celebrity Apprentice back in the day.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year that was, but I remember he's protesting Bud Light. Just my Bud Light. I'm not doing Bud Light. Like, but here's my brand of alcohol that you can buy now at your local bars.
Gotcha.
But Bud Light, no. But here's my beverage of choice.
Right.
And I was talking about when he won The Apprentice, randomly, was not at like an after party or anything for it. He was at the store, and it was in the original room, packed. And Sarah Tiana's there because she was writing jokes for him at the time or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember like when she was kind of taking him around the store. She was in with like
Brooks and Dunn and like Big and Rich and all that kind of stuff. And so she's in the back, and I'm like, "Are you next?" And she's like, "No, you are." And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I saw him, and I was like, "Why is he here?" Like I just randomly, it was on my television before I went to the store, the finale of Celebrity Apprentice.
Yeah.
So it was very surreal, being like, he won. Here he is in the original room, and he has this big ass hat and his weird little like, cartoon sheriff mustache, and just shit faced. And I got up there and I was like, "Oh yeah, hey, I just saw you win. Congratulations."
Yeah.
So I'm doing my set or whatever, and all of a sudden he just like cuts me off, and he's like, "Hey man, let's get this guy a shot." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's okay. I'm all right. I'm fine." He's like, "No, let's get him a shot. Come on, let's get him a shot. Don't y'all think he's funny as fuck?" And I'm like, "Well, now that you put it that way." So the waitress brings me a shot, and the whole OR, I think he bought like a couple people, or maybe the whole room even. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But like we're all like doing a shot. We take it, and I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." Thinking everything's going great. He's like, "Yeah, man, you're funny as fuck. Now take your shirt off." And I'm like, "What?"
What?
He's like, "Come on. Don't y'all want to see him take his shirt off?" And I'm like, "What? You're supposed to like hate me?"
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. So I was like, "Oh, now I get it."
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, that to me, like with the Chappelle stuff.
What do you mean?
Like with the trans Chappelle stuff. Like how he has gone in so hard on trans people. I'm like, did you hook up with one and then you felt a certain way? Just saying.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I'm like,
hey, if it could happen to Eddie Murphy.
But yet everyone forgets about that.
My girl likes to party all the time. I know your girl likes to party all the time.
It's so funny too because
at all hours of the night.
I was writing jokes for Whitney Cummings' roast of herself, and
that face.
And there's a comic on the dais, and Robin Tran was one who was a transgender person. Yeah. Comedian, very, very funny, was on the dais as well. And so, we're throwing in all these like transgender jokes because we're all like, what can we say? What can't we say? All this kind of stuff. And I remember we gave some to this comic, and he was like, "Oh, no, I don't want to say anything about," like, wanted nothing to do with the topic of it at all. It's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'll talk about this, but I'm not doing that. I don't want to mention that. And I remember saying like, "Well, your friend Eddie Murphy had no problem with it." And he was like, "Oh, I don't want to say anything bad about Eddie Murphy. I don't want to say anything Eddie Murphy. And I'm like,
"Well,
okay, pussy." It's like, get out of here. These big tough guys being like, "Whoa, no, that's where I draw the line." Okay.
Isn't that weird? Like how people have their certain things where they're like, they'll say horrible stuff, but they're like, "Oh, no, I'm not touching that." And you're like, well, it's a roast. You can be as well-rounded as you want to be.
Well, I don't want to say that because if that gets back to me, it's like, well, then why are you here?
Yeah. It's a roast.
Have you been roasted before?
You
did the line.
We
Was it
did
called the line.
The wave.
The wave. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah, we did that. I have never really done roast battle though. Like as me, I did one recently in Billings, Montana for a gig where they were doing like a roast battle like tournament night, and I did a roast battle where I got to like the second round of the tournament, and then a guy knocked me out by literally, it was like a vote.
A vote?
A vote.
Oh, no.
It was like between the audience. It was an audience vote and a judge's vote. And it was literally like the audience voted for him 2% over. It was 51 to 49% audience vote that were texted in. And the judges panel voted me 1 point higher. So he literally won by 1 point. So it was close. But anyway, it was good. But it was, I mean, he just did all bird jokes about me. And that, like, it was literally all bird jokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I knew those were coming. But, like,
relax.
Also, like, I gave him a well-rounded roasting. But it was funny. That was part of the joke, is he just kept going back to me looking like a bird.
See, you're like, okay, we get it. See, that's why I've always been afraid of doing them. I can take it, but I know mine would be like AIDS, sucking dick, fucking like
right.
Ugh.
Well, I'm actually fine with me being roasted, but like I would be. It's one of the reasons I really don't post a lot of like family photos online and stuff. They didn't get into it for my wife didn't get into this field. You know what I mean? She doesn't deserve to have mean things said about her for no reason.
Right.
So I like rarely post. I'll post every once in a while, but like I get pissed. I get very like emotional with that, so I'm like,
Of course.
So like roasting for me, like I'd rather do silly stuff like the wave, like where we're accenting the jokes and doing physical act outs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that. That's how I feel too. It's just like, when like family and loved ones, oh look, I'm gonna put a picture of us together, and people are like, kill yourselves, and you're like, my God.
I know, you're like, I never share this kind of stuff, and this is the reason why I don't.
I know. Yeah, I know. Damn, you're with that person you're with is so fucking ugly, and you're like, God, that's my mom. Like, what's wrong with you? It's so people are trash.
Yeah. I've got this segment that I'm excited for us to do.
Okay.
I asked you.
First of all, you asked me. Let's just take it back. Last night, you're like, "Are you still on for tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yes, for sure. Can't wait." And you said, "Okay," and I quote, "Bring wigs if you have them." I don't bring wigs. I am wig. Wig. Snow cone is not ice cream, my friend.
Okay, but I say I would like the chocolate scoop of the ice cream.
Oh, chocolate scoop. I thought you said snow cone.
No, the snow cone. If you would like, they do have snow cone. Yes.
No, don't want snow cone. Chocolate, yes, you can have.
Okay. If I have snow cone, sometime give me bowel problems later.
Okay. You need to keep that to yourself.
I apologize. This is one of our first dates, and I should not be telling you this.
It's all right. I love honesty.
Yes. Do you ever have bowel movement problems?
Yes. Da. I suffer from bowel movement problems.
When was the last time you had a bowel movement problem?
Last night when I blew my girlfriend across the room into the wall.
Oh.
I don't know what's happening with my ex.
No, it's good. Now, I thought you're a sexy female, da?
Da.
You have girlfriend as well.
It's
or is it like casual friend? Like what's going on?
I don't know what I am these days. I travel the world.
You're
internationally.
You're a female, very sexy, also very husky voice. I like that on a woman. Husky voice.
I've been smoking since 3.
Da. Now, the snow cone, would that be your preference, or would you like some of the vanilla bean or the chocolate?
I'm more of a, how do you say in America, a rocky road.
Oh, you like the nuts, the marshmallows inside of the chocolate, which makes it the rocky of the road.
I love eating ice cream from my humble beginnings, yes.
Did you not have ice cream where you grew up?
No, I lived on a rocky road.
Oh, so that is why you like the ice cream.
It reminds me of home, comrade.
Okay.
I had a chicken and a well for water that was all dried up.
Yes.
And that was it. 10 kids in my family. No parents.
10 children. Who were you raised by?
Yes. Da.
Da. You had no da, though.
No what?
No da?
No da. No dad. No dad, no mom. No da.
Raised by just the village that you were born in, or where?
The village.
The
The
village.
village raised us.
Were you one of the village people?
You know, I was very manly growing up. And so when I'd get
your
into trouble,
voice is very bassy for women.
very, you know, you get it. But, you know, I'd get into trouble and the villagers would
I
be
hope
like,
that-
young man.
I hope that the carpet matched the drapes of your voice. I hope when you quiff, it's very baritone quiff. Oh, oh.
Yes. When that does happen, it sounds like a rainforest that has been knocked down. It's just a loud, yeah,
When you quiff,
like a sonic boom has taken over the land.
when you quiff, does it sound like the Lord of the Rings horn that they're calling with Aragorn?
When I was younger, it sounded more like an ocarina of time, you know. But now it is, yes, full blown. We're going to Mordor.
Are you more a Zelda fan or more of a Link fan? I think that says a lot about you, and I'm trying to get more to know about you on this date, because we are on the second or the third date, if I recall.
You know.
Or are you more of a Ganondorf kind of girl?
Oof. Yeah. Ganondorf can get it.
Oh, really?
Oh, Ganondorf for sure can get it, comrade.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Zelda Link, it's a little too.
Like, you know,
Get out of here.
yeah, which is which. If you dress them up separately, they kind
It's
of
the
look like
same
same
person.
person.
Mhm.
But Ganondorf, real character, real man.
Real man, real dark horse. You know. Danger.
Are you into guys who perform black magic?
I mean, I'm always down to try new things.
Really?
Oh, you said magic.
Magic. What did you think I say?
You said black men, so.
Oh. You
I'll-
thought I was asking you if you just like black men?
I mean, yes, isn't that what everybody wants to know these days?
I guess that is a hot button issue. Perhaps.
I love black men
Have
who
you
do
been-
black magic.
Have you ever been with a black man before?
Da. Oh, one?
Yes.
No.
You've
10? Perhaps.
Wait, you've been with 10 black men,
At one time, yes.
but never one individually.
No. I
Were you in some kind of video or something? Why were
No,
you
it
surrounded
was-
by
it-
10 black men?
it was an early career choice, you know.
A courier? Like you used to deliver packages?
Oh, I delivered packages, all right, comrade.
Do you ever take a moment to step outside of yourself and be like, I like my life.
Every day.
This is just fun. We eat ice cream, we go on dates, we find other Russian people to love.
And I step back and I think to myself, I'm happy.
Oh, I thought you were going to say what a wonderful world. Because
I
you
did
set
not
up
know
the
you were
lyrics.
Louis Armstrong
I
fan.
like Louis Armstrong fan.
Oh.
Yes, he is a good guy.
He is a great guy.
He is a good black man.
The things I would do to him.
Really? You think he could play your downstairs as well as the trumpet that he plays? Do you think Louis Armstrong Or put you in a stronghold between your thighs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Which ice cream are you going to get?
I'm so sorry, everybody. We are holding up the line.
There is 30 people behind us.
We met online, and we're just catching up. We're good friends. Nothing else.
Friends. Hey, this is second or third date, so we could tell.
I will have the.
Why do they only have 4 flavors?
I'll have vanilla, I guess.
Snow cone, vanilla,
No cone.
chocolate, or Rocky Road.
Do you have cup? No cup. So we hold it in our hands.
Oh, we have to. Oh, we are served directly. I guess this is a real mouth to hand kind of feeding.
It reminds me of home, honestly, mouth to hand.
Mouth to hand.
Which is what they called me in school.
They called you mouth to hand?
Mouth to hand.
That is the saddest name I've ever heard.
Well, it's better than hand to mouth.
That is true.
Because that means...
Oh, they silence you, don't they? They do not want the women to speak from your village, do they?
No.
They're sad, but things have changed.
Have they?
I think so.
Good.
So, do you want the vanilla, the chocolate, the snow cone, or the Rocky Road?
I'll take the Rocky Road.
Okay. I will take the vanilla because that is a representation that I hope to sometimes be as pure as the vanilla that is being served directly into my hand.
I did not know you were a poet.
Beg pardon?
A poet?
A pot?
A poet.
A pot?
A poet.
What
is a poet.
What is a pot?
A poet.
Like someone who tells poems?
Yeah, like a poem.
Like a haiku?
Haiku or a poem?
Like a soliloquy? Or a sonnet?
A soliloquy? A soliloquy?
Yes.
Or a sonnet?
I did not know you're such a linguist.
Yes, I know multiple languages.
Okay.
I have very...
I'm sorry, we'll be right done.
Yeah,
we'll
can
order
everyone...
very soon. Can you just please take a moment?
Shut the fuck up!
Oh, I like a woman who tells what's on her mind.
It's how I got to where I want to be, in a yogurt land with you.
Okay. We'll take 2 Rocky Roads. Thank you.
Da. And that's it.
Wig!
All right, we're going to do this last segment. It's called Sax Talk.
Oh.
Sax Talk. It's all gone.
Oh, my wig came off. Oh no, I have to... Everyone has to see what my real hair looks like.
Oh, my big old hair just got in the way. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I hope my style doesn't mess up. Oh, I hope people leave good comments for me in the comments section.
Oh. Last looks.
That's one of my favorite things. So
What?
watching just like female porn stars just losers.
They're about to take off like a rocket ship.
I'm like, oh my god, are you about to be dipped in dip from like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Have you seen Scooby-Doo anywhere?
So foolish.
I'm gonna grab my saxophone. All right, Justin is gonna share a story of a sexual encounter while I play some sweet, sweet sax along with him.
Now get ready, guys, because this sexual encounter has a twist. This story took place in the spring. The flowers were blooming. I was about to graduate. and I was confused about my sexuality. So one day, like most straight men do, I was in a play. And the girl who played my love interest invited me over. We were going to run some lines, you know, harmless stuff. There was chemistry there for sure, and we didn't know when to actually turn it off. There was confusion, excitement, even danger. Why don't we have some snacks? She said. And I thought to myself, okay. However, wasn't she married? No. She was engaged. Big difference. Everything was fine. And then she leaned over and she said, I know you feel it too. This raw, heated, sexual tension. You just haven't met the right girl yet. And I thought to myself, you're right. Let's run away to Florida. But before we do that, let's make out a little bit and practice our big kiss from the end of the play. We started kissing. We started kissing harder. And then we wound up on her bed like good Christians do. I went down on her a lot that day. And that's the sound she actually made. Over and over again. I was like, I am crushing this. I am a master at this. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go crazy. I'm going to start playing with my fingers. And this girl lost her damn mind. And she looked at me and she's like, fuck me. All of a sudden, there was a knock at the door. Hey, let me in. Panic. Who is it? It's me. Her fiance was at the door. Fiance. At the door. Home too early. Panic. So, husband is like, I don't have my keys. Can you let me in? We freak out. I'm spinning around in the broom. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Where do I go? What do I do? What do I say? Like, do I stay quiet? She's like, shush, don't talk. There's no escape for me. I can't walk out the front door and be like, oh, hey, man, I was just hanging out running lines with your fiance. So what do? I hide in the shower. That's right, I hid in the shower. But not just hide in the shower. I have to make this believable. I must sell the illusion. So I decide that I'm going to not only shut the door of the bathroom, but I'm going to take my clothes off naked and get in the shower and take one, because that'll throw him off. So she lets him inside. She says, oh, hi. That's so crazy. Like, what are you doing home so early? He's like, I forgot something. Hey, Who's here? Oh, no one. What do you mean? Why do you smell something? No. Is that the shower running? Yeah, that's so weird. Justin's here. We were just running lines, and we were just covered in makeup and glitter from the show. There was no glitter in the show. There was never glitter. And now, why would I wash off glitter? All of a sudden, I hear that they're talking about me. I get out of the shower, dry off, put my clothes back on, and walk out. And I'm like, oh, hey, man, how's it going? Great water pressure in there. I was just in the neighborhood, and we were just, rehearsing lines. All right, well, I'll see you later. See you in rehearsal tomorrow. And I walked out, and everything was fine. Till about 3 months later. I got a phone call. And the phone rang, and my roommate picked it up. To a screaming fiance. He wants to talk to you, he said. Me? What could I have possibly done? I get on the phone, and the fury in this man's voice sounded like this. Oh, what? Wait. Hold on. What was that? I would never do that. No. You're making assumptions. That didn't happen. Oh, man, I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry. Meanwhile, I think you said faggot in that horn. I'm pretty sure that was, and that's fine because that's what he called me. No, that's actually what she called me. Yes, because in the background, I heard her screaming, "He's lying. He didn't do that. He doesn't like me. He's gay. He's a fucking faggot. He's a fucking faggot." And that's when I went, okay, fair enough. Good luck to both of you. And hung up the phone. They divorced shortly after. And that was the end of that story.
Oh my goodness.
That's a true story.
Justin.
I know.
Homewrecker.
She did call me years
Martindale.
later or Facebooked me and was like, "I'm so sorry that happened." And I'm like, okay, a little too late, but whatever.
Yeah.
But juicy, right?
That might be one of my new favorite Sax
Really?
Talks. Yeah.
Good.
I haven't had one in a long time where I was like, whoa.
I mean, the thought process of me going, you know what I'll do?
The confidence of just turning on the shower.
I
But
couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Could not go anywhere. Like, what am I supposed to do? Just like, I feel like I could have easily, because that's the thing. We were like rolling around. We were like fucking around everything.
Yeah.
And so he had been standing there knocking and for a while. And then we were like, and then we heard it. We were like, oh shit, someone's here. So it's not like we were in the living room and I could have just got up and opened the door. No, we were like doing shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was already suspicious. And I was like, oh, just taking a shower. See you later. Crazy.
You got out of there, though.
Got out of there.
Confidence, baby.
But it was crazy because I remember, like, we had that moment of like, well, what do we do after graduation? She's like, let's move somewhere and we can like start our lives together and stuff. And I was like kind of brainwashed into being like, oh yeah, this totally makes sense.
This is what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is normal. This is what I should be doing. Maybe it is a phase, right? And then that phone call just kind of solidified everything for me. Mm-hmm. Where he's like yelling at me and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I fucked up. I knew I did,
Yeah.
What was I thinking? And then her being like, he's a fucking faggot, don't listen to him. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
She hanged herself in a forest like 3 years ago.
no.
No, she didn't.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Oh my God. It'd be awful.
Justin, I love you, brother.
I love you.
Always so fun in any capacity. Get a riff with you, play with you on stage, whatever it is. I love it. Go watch Justin's podcast. Watch my episode of Just Saying. Watch the other episodes of Just Saying. Subscribe to him on iTunes. All of that. Gay Bash on Out TV.
Yes.
You can download the app. Subscribe. Just watch it for Justin. And if you, if you don't like it or whatever, just like get rid of the app. But watch Justin's special.
Please do. Oh God, please do.
And then anything else?
Oh no, I mean I'll be in Vegas Memorial Day weekend with Heather McDonald. We're doing Juicy Scoop Live at the Venetian.
Awesome.
And then May 17th, I'm doing a telethon for Drag Isn't Dangerous on Moment, which is going to be huge. Like Sarah Silverman, Ariana Grande, Margaret Cho, every like drag race queen, like Alaska, Trixie Mattel, Bob, Monet, like so many people are stepping up to just kind of do this telethon that I'm hosting. And to say that all these like stupid laws about drag queens and how they're dangerous is stupid. There's so many people who are like losing their jobs just for creating art,
Yeah.
and it's foolish. And it's not just about the drag queens. It's about abortion rights. It's about literacy. Like there's so much shit going on that is just a deflection from the bigger things happening.
Sure.
So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Look out for Justin Martindale. Love you, buddy.
Love you too. Bye.
Jeremiah Watkins.